The other is talking about sensors and the future of applications, kind of looking forward to. Sensors give you this new personal context where in the past, when you had a laptop you carried around, it was kind of interesting. It just kind of sat there. You might put a webcam on it, but when you carry a phone around, it actually knows if you're running or if you throw it, or you shouldn't throw it. But if you have kids like mine, you can throw them sometimes. But anyway, they're very cool kind of next generation devices. There's a lot of innovation that's able to happen around that. Also, kind of our vocabulary has moved from widgets in the old Mobile 1.0 day to applications. A lot of that is part to the App Store. And finally, the other thing is and finally, is just how we use our devices and how we come from they used to be phones to now they're kind of like little mini laptop replacements. They're standing. And the headline on the left there really talks about just, in this case, it's just talking about iPhone and the number of Google search, but they're comparing it to all the other devices. What it tells you, though, is people are using that device to actually find something that's interesting to them. There's some other stats that just talk about the growth of the mobile web and how the iPhone is just changing the behavior where you're always connected. You just pull out your device, pull out your phone, you can connect up, search. I think we now, I saw the other day, Google now is going to be promoting locality-based search. So just be built in when you're searching on your iPhone. You can enable your geolocation capabilities on it, and also give you back location relevant events. The other thing is, what's really cool is the billionth download. I watched that for a little while and thought I might try to see if I could win something on one of the kind of game one of the giveaway companies on the web that's trying to build some marketing reputation around the billionth download. If you could guess when it would be, that kind of thing. But that is really compelling if you think about it. Just a couple of years, we're up to a billion downloads. I think that equates to something like 30-something apps per user out there. So it's very interesting. On this slide here, I was just going to talk a little bit about kind of the game changer. There are a lot of stores, app stores out there, but the iTunes App Store is really the one that is the symbol store. And the key thing around it is what really has been I was actually trying to describe to my dad a while back, who he just got a phone and learned how to text. And he texts me all the time now, and he just thinks it's the coolest thing ever. But so I was telling him, well, you got to check out some of the apps out there. He's got some old dumb phone that from a couple years ago, but he just thinks it's the coolest thing. So now he's learning about this. He's 80 years old, and he's like, hey, kid, hook me up to this app store thing so I can go find cool stuff to do, which is really amazing. I mean, so it's kind of everybody can learn. Everybody wants to experience the device. But the App Store, what's cool about that is think of this virtual marketplace where developers and users can come together to sell and buy applications. It basically creates an ecosystem. You can have the coolest device in the world, but if people don't have applications, can't find them, you can pretty much become invisible. We talked to some of the other App Store companies, one of them in particular, and they are like, man, they came out with this big fanfare. We're doing this really cool App Store thing. And developers aren't showing up. They're just, they're going to struggle, because they're having a challenge creating an ecosystem around their devices. And so the iTunes is interesting. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying, well, iTunes, Apple invented the App Store, and that's not really true. I mean, they've been around going way back. The carriers have always had little digital things you can download. Over in Europe, they're a lot bigger. But what iTunes did really became the most prolific and kind of introduced how to really do it and do it well. So some of the things that really stood out to us are that from a developer point of view, that I'm coming from the techie side, so I always look at, where's the market, where can I sell into, will people buy